On behalf of TAG VHS Diabetic Research Center and the Diabetes Department of Voluntary Health Services, we have great pleasure in welcoming you to the second annual day oration program. As we said earlier, the TAG VHS DRC is known for its innovation, and we have a very innovative invocation which is going to be presented by Ayana V. Raman. I call on Mr. Raman to introduce her.
We bow to the holy land of dance and music, Chennai. We seek your blessings before we commence with a multitask talent by Kumari Ayana V. Raman. She can render any shlokas from the first 3 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. She can tell the swaras of 72 Melakarta ragas, including Dr. B.M. Hegde sir. More than 170 names of Kannada writers are there in her memory. She can chant shlokas, stotras and mantras. Singing, playing keyboard are her passions. She is the first Bharatanatyam artist to perform at houses in the name of Journey of Dance to Houses, the new concept of Ranga Bharati Mangalore. Already she has crossed 200 programs throughout Karnataka, Kerala, including Mumbai and now Chennai. Ayana is the disciple of Vidushi Srimati Geeta Saralaya and Srimati Rashmi Chidanand of Mangalore and Vidwan Satyanarayan Raju of Bangalore. Now let's watch a multitask by this 10-year-old child prodigy Ayana V. Raman. 2 different talas in 2 hands, memorizing the names of 60 samvatsaras along with the Rechita, a dance movement of left eyebrow. Now we will witness the multitask. 2 different talas in different hands and the names of 60 samvatsaras with Rechita, a dance movement of left eyebrow.
प्रभव विभव शुक्ल प्रमुदुत प्रजोत्पत्ति आंगिरस श्रीमुख भाव युव धातु ईश्वर बहुधान्य प्रमाथि विक्रम विप्लव चित्रभानु सुभानु तारण पार्थिव व्यय सर्वजितो सर्वधारी विरोधी विकृति खर नंदन विजय जय मन्मथ दुर्मुखी हे विलंबी विलंबी विकारी शार्वरी प्लव शुभ शोभन क्रोधी विश्वावसु पराभव प्लवंग कीलक सौम्य साधारण विरोधीकृत परिधावी प्रमाधि आनंद राक्षस नळ पिंगळ कालयुक्त सिद्धार्थी रौद्री दुर्मति दुंदुभि रुधिरोद्गारी रक्ताक्षಿ ಕ್ರೋಧನ ಕ್ಷಯ ಇವು 60 ಸಂವತ್ಸರಗಳ ಹೆಸರುಗಳು.
With left hand she has put Ekatala, which is of 4 letters, and in right it was Rupakatala of 6 letters. Thank you. Now we will watch one of the most traditional compositions of Bharatanatyam, that is Natesha Kautvam, composed by Vidwan Satyanarayan Raju, Bangalore.
तै त त ताम किट तक ता तै तै त त ताम किट तक ता तै तै त त ताम किट तक ता तै तै त त ताम किट तक धीम धीम तक धीम त धीमित धीम धीम त धीम त धीम धीम deem ta deem 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 ta ka deem ta deemi ta deem deem ta deem ta deem deem ta deem ta deem tatavana muni jana sakala surasura sannuta pada tatavana muni jana sakala surasura sannuta pada kina 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 nu puralaya gati gana 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 vidhi hari sevita kina 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 nu puralaya gati gana 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 vidhi hari sevita tam ta ta tam ta tam takkida gida daga takkatunga ताण्डविदम्बर धिक्किडकिडतकधिक्कित्तुङ्ग व्याघ्रचर्मधर त्वं किडकिडदग त्वन्नं किडदग त्रिशूलधर नन्दिवाहन नादयोगप्रिय 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 जगणं तरिगिड जगणं तरिगिड जगणं तरिगिड जगणं तरिगिड जय 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 शशिर विभूषण रूप भयंकर डमरुगहस्त तृतीय सहस्र दीक्षितनाथ नटेश कौत्वमे नटेश कौत्वमे नटेश कौत्वमे तग तग ताम दीदी तकुदी कुत तुंग तुम किड किड दगिडं तग तग ताम दीदी तकुदी कुत तुंग तुम किड किड दगिडं तग तग ताम ताम दीदी तकुदी कुत तुंग तुम किड किड दगिडं ತಂಗಿ ಕಿಡದಗ ತತ ತಾಂ ತತ ತಾಂ ತತ ತಾಂ ಆ
We will be concluding with one item, that is the most popular and meaningful composition of Sri Purandara Dasa, Bhagyada Lakshmi Baramma Nammamma Ni Saubhagyada Lakshmi Baramma, set to Madhyamavati with Sri Raga with Adital. I take this opportunity to say thanks to TAG VHS Diabetes Center, Research Center, and our guide, Professor Dr. B.M. Hegde, and for the best hospitality here, Mrs. Lalita Rai, and thank you all for silent and supportive watching. Now the program is to be concluded with the beautiful and meaningful composition of Purandara Dasa. Here it is said, ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಮೇಲೊಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ನಿಕ್ಕುತ ಗೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ನಾದವ ತೋರುತ ಸಜ್ಜನ ಸಾಧು ಪೂಜೆಯ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆಯೊಳಗಿನ ಬೆಣ್ಣೆಯಂತೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ should come to our house. Not overnight we should become rich. The sound should be heard to the neighbor how Lakshmi comes. It is described here.
ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಮೇಲೊಂದೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ನಿಕ್ಕುತ ಗೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ನಾದವ ತೋರುತ, ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಮೇಲೊಂದೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ನಿಕ್ಕುತ ಗೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ನಾದವ ತೋರುತ, ಸಜ್ಜನ ಸಾಧು ಪೂಜೆಯ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಮಜ್ಜಿಗೆಯೊಳಗಿನ ಬೆಣ್ಣೆಯಂತೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಅತ್ತಿತ್ತಗಲದೆ ಭಕ್ತರ ಮನೆಯೊಳು ನಿತ್ಯ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವ ನಿತ್ಯ ಸುಮಂಗಲ, ಸತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ತೋರುವ ಸಾಧು ಸಜ್ಜನರ ಚಿತ್ತದಿ ಹೊಳೆಯುವ ಪುತ್ಥಳಿಗೊಂಬೆ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಕನಕ ವೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಕರೆಯುತ್ತ ಬಾರೆ ಮನಕಾಮನೆಯ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಯ ತೋರೆ, ದಿನಕರ ಕೋಟಿ ತೇಜದಿ ಹೊಳೆಯುವ ಜನಕರಾಯನ ಕುಮಾರಿ ವೇದ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಿಲ್ಲದ ಭಾಗ್ಯವ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಂಕಣ ಕೈಯ ತಿರುಹುತ ಬಾರೆ, ಕುಂಕುಮಾಂಕಿತೆಯ ಪಂಕಜಲೋಚನೆ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣನ ಬಿಂಕದ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತುಪ್ಪ ಕಾಲುವೆ ಹರಿಸಿ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರದ ಪೂಜೆಯ ವೇಳೆಗೆ ಅಕ್ಕರೆಯುಳ್ಳ ಅಳಗಿರಿ ರಂಗನ ಚೊಕ್ಕ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ರಾಣಿ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ 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 ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ.
We thank you all once again. Our special thanks to the chairman of TAG Center, Dr. Krishnamurthy sir, Krishnaswamy sir. Once again, thank you one and all.
We've had a wonderful presentation by Aina, and I call on Professor Hegde to honor her with her traditional Angavastram, this little artist who is a child prodigy. Can we request Dr. Prema Krishnaswamy, please?
You know, and this girl was the first talent we picked up, because I always believed in what the poet said: full many a gem of purest ray serene, the dark unfathomed caves of ocean bear, and full many a flower is born to blush unseen and waste its sweetness in the desert air. I didn't want this flower to waste her sweetness in Mangalore alone, and so we said she must come out.
A small sanmanam from our side to this wonderful artist. to take their seat on the dais. Professor C.V. Krishnaswamy, Professor B.M. Hegde, Professor S. Suresh, Shri D.R. Karthikeyan, Shri T.S. Krishnamurthy, and our orator for the day, Dr. Chris Reynolds. We invite Professor S. Suresh to deliver the welcome address.
Good evening, distinguished Padma Shri Shri D.R. Karthikeyan, former director of CBI, Shri T.S. Krishnamurthy, a former election commissioner, Professor C.V. Krishnaswamy, Professor Hegde, Dr. Chris Reynolds, other dignitaries who have come here today, and friends from VHS family and supporters of VHS family who are here today. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you to welcome you all to this wonderful day. And right from the morning, we've had some excellent interactions regarding healing, which goes beyond traditional forms of medicine. When I interacted with a few people, they were telling me how much they enjoyed, and some of them were cardiologists and other specialties, whom they said sessions seem to be very thought-provoking and interesting. That speaks volumes for the way this has been arranged, the topics chosen, and to the fact that we need to keep our eyes and ears open for various other things that are happening in the world. Many times we tend to get compartmentalized to our own work and not look beyond that. VHS as a hospital is over 53 years old, providing phenomenal community service with over 70% of patients being treated for free. And VHS has been standing on its legs with the enormous support of donors, many of them who are here today, and the TAG VHS Center especially. You are in the TAG Center, by the way, and TAG VHS Center is one standing example of how support can bring out a center of excellence. There has been a huge debate, or I should say talks which are given, that alternative systems are extremely valuable, important, and I think India itself as a country is the traditional forms of medicine goes much beyond the allopathic system of medicine. We go a long way back, and many things that have been taught in our system has been inculcated and incorporated into clinical care. But I think we should have a very balanced approach, because ultimately what is important is healing, and healing without risk, and healing without pain to the patient, and healing without long-term effects. And that is the goal which we need to achieve, and whichever is the best system of medicine for that application, for that particular problem, needs to be selected and given to the patient. Sometimes we need to give a combination of both. And when you are looking at alternate systems, it's extremely important in the present day world to create evidence, because evidence-based practice is the standard of care, whichever system of medicine you practice. And I believe that this center of excellence, which has been set up in 2011, is on its way and on its path to create evidence for various forms of treatment which was exhibited in the morning. Once we have a large body of information, I do hope that this evidence will be created, undisputable evidence which will be created, which can be applied to the population, and we do hope that this will be reproducible and many people will follow this system, taking the best practices and trying to reach out. India as a nation is very, very large. As a center in one corner of the country can show the path. Hopefully others will follow and take lead. I do wish the TAG VHS Center all the very best, and I'm very proud to be part of this VHS family. Having been groomed in that institution for over 35 years, I started my medical career in that institution, and Professor C.V. Krishnaswamy is one of the people whom who groomed me in my career right from early career onwards. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I wish the function all success.
Thank you, Professor Suresh. We call on Dr. A. Ganeshan to introduce Sri D.R. Karthikeyan and Sri T.S. Krishnamurti.
Both Sri D.R. Karthikeyan and Sri T.S. Krishnamurti, they are distinguished citizens of the country and they are only too well known. Therefore, this will be a very brief introduction. Sri Devarayapuram Ramasamy Karthikeyan was born in the village Devarayapuram in Coimbatore district in Tamil Nadu. He passed his BSc degree in Chemistry and Agriculture from Annamalai University and Bachelor of Law degree from Madras Law College. He dabbled in agriculture for a year and enrolled as an advocate in the Bar Council of Madras. Sri Karthikeyan joined the Indian Police Service in 1964. He has held many positions of importance in the police service at state and national levels, but his most significant contribution was as the head of the Special Investigation Team investigating former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. It is noteworthy that his qualities of diligence, excellence, and thorough professionalism, which were under unimaginable international pressure, were brought out during this period. Under his leadership, the Special Investigation Team not only cracked the case, but also the intelligence gathered by them stood the test of time, test of the Supreme Court, so that fair justice could be done. This was the only instance in the world in the last many decades of the assassination of a high political leader in which the investigating team could track down the assassin and bring them to book. He has written a book on Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. Sri Karthikeyan was appointed as Director of the Central Bureau of Investigation in 1998. He has also held the positions of Special Director General, Central Reserve Police Force, and Director General of the National Human Rights Commission of India. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 2010 for meritorious service. As a person, Sri Karthikeyan is an intensely spiritual being. He spends much of his time traveling and organizing within the country and abroad to get people interested in the spiritual way of life.
Thank you, sir. We request Sri D.R. Karthikeyan to release the book titled Prophetic Thoughts and Articles on Health and Disease and Mind and Body, Volume 1, by Professor B.M. Hegde, published for the private circulation of TAG VHS DRC. We call on Ms. Priya Ravi, who has edited this compilation, on the stage. We also request our patrons, Mr. R.T. Chari, Mr. Parthasarathi, and Mr. S.S.R. Rajkumar, to receive a copy of the book. Thank you, sir. We request Sri D.A. Karthikeyan to deliver his address.
Dr. C.V. Krishnaswamy, Professor Suresh, my good friend Mr. Krishnamurti, Dr. B.M. Hegde, Mr. Chris Reynolds, ladies and gentlemen, Rama and other personal staff of Dr. CVK. They are doing a great service. Before I got the book actually in my hands a couple of hours back on my landing in Delhi. I've been traveling around so that I could not reach the book. But before that, I must say something. Of course, you all know, but still, I am anxious to say something about Dr. CVK, Dr. Hegde, TAG VHS Diabetes Research Center, World Academy of Spiritual Sciences, Journal of the Science of Healing Outcome, and also the latest finding of Dr. CVK, the young Rajan Iyer, the metaphysical energy therapist. Is he here? Yes, sir. Okay, you are there in the corner. Good. Remarkable person, young man. Well, introducing Dr. C.V. Krishnaswamy to my audience in Madras it looks ridiculous, but all the same, I just want some of the things which you may not be. I will not go about his achievements and all that. No, he's a well-known, one of the most eminent medical professionals of Tamil Nadu, India as a whole. But you may not be knowing that he is deeply interested in Carnatic music, counting artists such as late M.S. M.L. Vasantakumari among lifelong friends and also patients. Hello, sir, am I right? Okay, right. And his grandfather, Rao Sahib C.V. Krishnaswamy Iyer, was renowned both as a district judge and a radical champion of unpopular truths. The same class, Dr. B.M. Hegde also is there now. And his father was a leading criminal lawyer in Madras who defended M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar in the notorious Lakshmi Kantan murder case. He believed that M.K. Tyagaraja Bhagavathar, after acquittal, called on his father to thank him for bailing him out. And his uncle, C.K. Venkatapati, was an international hockey coach. These are all remarkable today. And TAG VHS Diabetic Center will be, of course, instituted for the first time a new paradigm in medical research in clinical diabetes and its comorbid conditions. I think you must have heard about all that in the morning, so I don't want to repeat it again. And a research and referral institute of authentic healing sciences for diabetes, both type 1 and type 2, and its major comorbid conditions involving heart, vascular system, brain, nerves, kidneys, eyes, digestive systems, gynecology, etc. Ethical research will be carried out on the whole person healing approach based on ancient medical wisdom of Ayurveda, the modern medical science, and the emerging field of energy medicine based on non-invasive, highly effective principles of pulsed electromagnetic field energy. Okay. And then, of course, he's come associated with our own Dr. B.M. Hegde, world-renowned medical expert, the World Academy of Authentic Healing Sciences, that's based in Bangalore,